And now, Brandon Thick Boy Schaub.
Yes, sir. It is Monday morning, July 21st. About 9:30 a.m. here in beautiful Austin, Texas. Weather still ain't shit. Everyone's like, this is so uncommon for Austin, Texas. Whatever, dude. This weather ain't shit. Bring it. Bring it, weather gods. Bring it. How's everyone doing? How's your summer going, man? Yeah? Kids in multiple freaking camps so they're not driving you crazy at the house? I get it. I get it. Your boy is fresh off the plane from SoCal, Orange County. I wasn't in LA. I wish I was in LA so I could see a bunch of my old friends, but I was in Newport, California, out there for business. And then I was in Downey for a lot of the time working on my truck, my H1, which we're tossing in a ridiculous motor, 1,000 horsepower, not a big deal. So we'll see when that gets done. But one of the main reasons I was there is I was flown out with Jackson's and Bear, my boy Bear at Jackson's, doing the podcast and all that. But then also to get an inside look at Khamzat Chimaev's training camp.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool because Khamzat's like this boogeyman that, especially in America, we don't see a lot of. Kind of flies under the radar. You know, he's not one of those guys that are on TikTok doing the dances and shit looking for attention. He just does his thing to try and become world champion. And so I get to their gym, and so he's been doing his whole camp out of Newport, California. And also Armin Sarukian's there as well, who also does his camps out of there. A bunch of guys do. Khalil Roundtree, Mackenzie Duran, Luke Rockhold's there. They got TJ Dillashaw, who's, you know, a coach and is on the Jackson podcast. So they have a whole thing going down there. The environment, the basically the campus, they have like 4 different buildings, and then they have their weight room, they have the recovery area. It's insane what they're doing there. The strength and condition is there. Long story short, Khamzat's there with about 10 or 15 of his team, and some of them are like, you know, up and coming or well established Dagestani and Chechen fighters. And then some are world class wrestlers, and they're all big dudes because he's fighting DDP, so they're big dudes. It's different than the camps I was in, or different than the camps I've been around, whether it's Jon Jones or GSP or Machida or insert whoever, Chael Sonnen, all these big time dudes. Because it was just so intense. Like, there's no joking around. It's just business. And, you know, obviously what happens in a fight camp stays in a fight camp. But if you know the stories of like shoot a box where they would spar and dudes would like, and it was a fight and guys would get like starched, that's what these boys are doing. And it ain't happening to Khamzat. Yeah, I was blown away. That dude is everything that you think in your head, all the folklore and the hype. This dude is scary, the real deal. Yeah, scary. That my take. If you had to sum up my takeaway, get an inside look at his camp in one word, be scary. And part of me is like, well, I've been out of the game for a while. And so maybe this is just the level the guys are at now, or Khamzat's just this freak. And I wish I could see DDP's camp because I'm a huge fan of him, Dricus, you know, and I do think it's gonna be a great fight. But yeah, Khamzat's the real deal. Scary. The things I saw him do to world class competitors, and he could do it at any given moment in any aspect. Whether it was striking, grappling, wrestling, he had world-class guys from each genre. And it was like he was just playing with his food. And then when the coach was like, dude, let's get going. He's like, okay. And then would just dog walk these dudes. Wow. And people that if you're in the game, you know, and you're like, what the fuck? I was like, holy, like I knew his wrestling was good, but dude, yeah, it's just, I was blown away. Blown away. They're so serious though, you know?
Yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong, like the Americans are serious too, but we also try to break the ice a little bit. And, you know, we're doing, you know, you're fighting another grown man in a steel cage and underwear. So, you know, it's serious matters, but you're also, you know, you're joking around a little before training camp or even before sparring, like, what's up, man? Catching up. There's none of that. It's just all work, super disciplined inside and outside the cage. And it's just one goal. That's to beat DDP. And dude, if it's not about that, shut your yapper, you know? It's just, yeah, at the highest level, man. Just a fucking monster.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, just a monster.
Were you able to do anything with him though?
No,
I mean,
I wanted to grapple with him. But what they were doing was sparring with MMA gloves on. And how do I put this? And I saw what he did to a gentleman, which where I come from, you would be like, whoa, let's shut this thing down. Is that guy okay? And they were just like, get him out, get somebody else in. I was like, I haven't fought at this level in a long time. It's probably not the smartest. If you just want to grapple, I'm in. I'm down. You want to wrestle? You want to do, you know, just start in certain positions. If I can help you out, I'm down. But hits to the head, I'm not going to do. No.
not now.
Especially he's 3 weeks out. And dude, when I say there is no games being played, buddy. Yeah, it was cool to see. It was cool to see. I really want to see DDP's camp. I'd love to get it. Because, again, DDP, he's not like this mysterious character in the States, right? Like, we all know DDP now. And he's so goddamn good and big and strong and has cardio for days. And he's a champ for a reason. And, boy, has he walked through the fire to get there. You look at his resume. And so when I look at, you know, obviously there's going to be recency bias because I saw, you know, what Khamzat's doing, who he's doing it to. I'm like, holy, who's going to beat this guy? But then we step back, like, DDP is no punk either, man. You know, I'd love to get inside, look at his camp. Yeah, you know, I'm straight up, you know, I'm a fan of DDP, you know?
Yeah.
So it was interesting to see, man. I was ready to get back to Austin, though. I was ready.
Just after just a few days.
Yeah. By the second day, I tried changing my flight because I flew out Saturday morning at 6 a.m. I tried flying out Friday night, but there's no directs to Austin from Orange County. So I was forced to stay another night.
Yeah. The weather was nice there, though, right?
Yeah, the best.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I missed the humidity. When I landed in Austin, I walked down like, yes, give it to me, baby. Yeah, I loved it. I love it, man. I just love it. I love everything about here right now. And you don't realize till you leave LA, like when I was flying in, you're looking down, you're like, oh, it's straight up. Like New York's the concrete jungle. But LA, the difference is, especially in Newport, Orange County, like every house is like, whether it's $10 million house, they're all right next to each other.
Yep.
You come in Austin, it's like, it's the exact opposite. Where there's land, you know, I was taking a piss. I was staying at my buddy's house. I was taking a piss. I literally could look into the neighbor's house while I'm pissing hard, you know, which you just don't deal with that out here. And then traffic, there was, you know, and I had to go to Downey where Sig Motorsports, where I do all my truck stuff at. We had to drive down there and it was 10 o'clock and just, you know, dead stop traffic.
Yeah, traffic sucks.
Yeah.
LA, Orange.
And then when you get here, like when I used to live in LA, I used to land in LA from where if I was touring, do whatever, I had business doing, I was flying back in. I would land, and as soon as I'd land, I'd go to my maps and I'd ETA to home. And sometimes, depending when you land, it's 2 hours, hour and 45, sometimes 55 minutes, you know, so it's a fucking trek. Here, it doesn't matter when you land. I'm always 30 minutes from the airport. It doesn't matter. Rush hour, it doesn't matter. And it's such a relief, man.
I do love that about this place.
Yeah, it's great. It's great, man. Let's get to the fights. And dude, here's the thing. UFC 318, you know, they tried selling this as this great card, whatever. We'll get to that. This Saturday's fight night with RDR and Robert Whittaker is a better free card than that pay-per-view from top to bottom. I will guarantee you get more finishes, that's not saying much, but guarantee you get more finishes on that card. Yeah, I'm more intrigued with Whitaker and RDR than anybody on 318. Granted, it was Dustin Poirier's last hurrah. It's the last dance, so that gave a little more attention to the card. But as far as stylistically and like guys, going for a world title, like this is to me so exciting. Peter Yan, Marcus McGee is great. Bryce Mitchell, they gave another tough one. A very tough fucking fight for Bryce. That's how it goes.
And Sharp Bullet, the Pirate.
Fuck yeah. Get the Pirate doing the damn thing. Yeah, that main card is better than UFC 318. It's free. It's free if you pay for the cable service, stuff like that. But free meaning it's not pay-per-view. But let's get into UFC 318. If you watch from the early prelims that were on Fight Pass and ESPN Plus, really Fight Pass, that's where I saw them at. You're like, here we go, man. Here we go. New Orleans is popping. Like we've kicked off. You had 5 fights. You had 5 finishes. It's like, let's go. This is going to be the theme of the night. And then the prelim started, not the early prelim, the prelim started, and you get another TKO in a minute 10. You're like, buddy, this can be all finishes. And the fight gods went, did you enjoyed that? Did you like that? Here for the next 8-9 fights are going to be all decisions, Bubba. So then you got that. Brendan Allen, Marvin Vettori was a fun fight. Fight of the night, dude, that's so disrespectful they gave them the fight of the night. Dude, and I have my thoughts on why they gave it to Brendan Allen, Marvin Vettori. I bet Dana was like, dude, we got to spread this wealth around somewhat. Like I would imagine the prize cash prize Max Holloway, and especially Dustin Poirier in his last fight, Dana's like, you guys are good. You don't need fight of the night. I bet you hear Max Holloway talking about it with Dustin in the back. He's like, dude, you believe they gave it to fucking Brendan Allen and Vettori? Because for them with the accolades and getting performance bonuses, like it's a big deal for their legacy. So, and don't get me wrong, 100 grand is great, but those boys are going to be fine. It goes a longer way for Brendan Allen, Marvin Vettori. And I was I love Brendan Allen. He's a beast. But I think I was rooting for Vettori in that one because he lost his brother in a fire.
I know that's what made me also want to.
Yeah. You're like, God, he needs this, man.
Yeah.
He really needs this. All right, kids, let's take a little break here from the Schaub Show. When we were young, we used to dream of being anything, an astronaut, president, prince, princess. But as you get older, your dreams change, focusing less on running the world and more on how you can take your skills and ideas, turn them into something that's real, like a business. Instead of dreaming of going to space or owning your own castle, maybe start dreaming of owning your own freaking business. You'll need a website, payment system, a logo, a way to advertise to new customers. It can all be so overwhelming and confusing, especially for your boy here. But thankfully, that is where today's sponsor, Shopify, comes in. Cha-ching! Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S., from household names like Mattel, Gymshark, to DriveFast, All Gas, brands just getting started like us. What if I can't design a website? Shopify got you, man, from the get-go with beautiful, ready-to-go templates to match your brand style. What if I need a hand? Say less. Get help with everyday tasks like enhancing product images, writing product descriptions, generating discount codes with Shopify's AI created for commerce tools. All right? And what if you get stuck? Shopify is always around to share advice with their award-winning 24/7 customer support. Turn those dreams into cha-chings and give them the best shot at success with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/Schaub, all lowercase. That's go to shopify.com/Schaub, all lowercase, SCHAUB, shopify.com/Schaub, all lowercase. Cha-ching. That Oliveira and Kyler Phillips, I love DC. I love, who else was it? John Anik and Paul Felder. They're great. Dude, the amount of hype they were doing with Oliveira, saying this kid's like he could do no wrong. Technical wise, he looked horrendous. Really? I didn't watch that fight and went, oh man, this dude's going to be a real threat in the bantamweight division. you look at it and you're like, hold up. And Kyler Phillips is a beast, but he just got a little overwhelmed with the pressure of Oliveira. But at the tip of the spear, like the top 10 guys are going to eat him alive, dude. Just walking forward with your hands down the entire time and then just launching into these loopy right and left hooks and leaving his feet. And every time you feel right hand, his body mechanics, it's just all off. How no one brought that to the attention of the audience. And now maybe they just want to focus on the positive. I get it. But my takeaway was super talented kid, super athletic, explosive, technical wise. He has so far to go before he reaches the top 10. Now, Kyler Phillips I think was 15 or 12 or whatever he is. So maybe they put him in the top 10. Good luck, Bubba, with that fighting style. Now, maybe he was just doing that because he didn't really respect Kyler Phillips' power. And it could be that, and the kid's a banshee and his pressure is insane. But, and he called out, says he wants to fight Sugar Sean. He was like, but Sugar shouldn't take that. I'm like, buddy, you know what Sugar Sean would do to you if you fought like that? That's light work, man. For all those boys in the top of that division, they're looking at him like, I'm not worried about him right now. Now, maybe, again, it could be a product of Oliveira not respecting Kyler Phillips' power and just be like, this dude can't knock me out. Maybe if I fought, a different bantamweight that had power, I would fight with my hands up and not leave my feet when I throw punches and wouldn't stay on the center line when I'm throwing combinations and wouldn't walk forward and get in striking range with my hands down. All of this is terrible, terrible. And so maybe he was like, I don't give a fuck. This guy can't hurt me. Maybe it's that. And maybe I'm wrong. In the next fight, his hands are up and he's off the center line and he's moving his feet and, doing proper technique. But I watched that. I was like, that young man has a long ways to go. And no one on the broadcast ever brought it up. They're just like, oh, so explosive. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Who gives a fuck? If every time you throw your right hand, you're leaving your back foot off the ground and leaping forward and your head's over your knees. It was bad fighting. That's what that was. There was a lot of bad fighting, dude. Was happy Michael Johnson got the win. Biggest underdog on the card.
Yeah, that was dope.
Daniel Zellhuberger. Okay, we'll pretend his dad wasn't a Nazi, but Daniel just kidding.
Mexican,
Just
right?
kidding. Just kidding.
But still.
His dad is German.
Oh, that's
And his mom's Mexican. That's why his name's Daniel Zellhuberger. Zellhuberger, just too much too soon. He's going to be a monster. He's huge for the division. He's huge for lightweight. Could probably even go up if he had to, but he's young, man. It's all good. He fought the vet Michael Johnson, who was still quicker than him. That was the issue. Speed was the issue for Daniel there, and he just never got started. He was never active enough, and Michael Johnson just did work, But he'll learn from that. He's young, but there's a lot of potential there. I look at Daniel. I'm like, yeah, that kid. Hands are up, technique's good, could be a little more active, but he's super young. Like, to me, that's a contender. When I see Oliveira, I'm like, oh, man, with the technique's bad, I'm like, he's going to get to a certain level where that being athletic and explosive ain't going to carry you through to these victories. Daniel Zellhuberger, he can, he's doing the right stuff, and he just needs to get back on track and make some adjustments, but the technique's there. Patricio... That's your savior, Bellator, I thought Danny Gay had moments where he could win that fight. Patricio, he's just older, man. He's just a little bit washed. He's not very active at all. His first fight he blamed on, he couldn't get used to the 3 rounds. But how many fights do you have? Like fucking 40, 50 fucking fights? Come on. You can make those adjustments, he's not blowing the doors off anybody. I'd be willing to bet he loses the next fight. And listen, I like Patricio. He was a monster in Bellator. It's just different over when you're in the UFC, especially at his age. It's going to be a tough run. I don't know what they're paying him, but I'd be willing to bet the UFC's like, buddy, fuck this. We're paying you way too much for these bullshit fights. Like, they're not exciting. He's not active. He doesn't really, apply pressure. Everything's slow and methodical, very slow starter. So I think it's going to get a little dicey for him. The D-Rod, I'm a huge fan of D-Rod. Again,
head over his knees, throwing arm punches, but he got the job done, dropped Kevin Holland a few times. I was rooting for Kevin Holland. I do think he's a contender at welterweight. That's where he should be at. Sucks to see, but now Daniel's won 3 in a row, so maybe he's the next guy. But Kevin Holland, he has it. I just don't know what was going on with him Saturday night. He just seemed off. Something seemed off. And Kevin Holland, when he's talking shit and doing his thing and mouthing off, he talks so much in the octagon, he's in a flow and he's comfortable in there. He didn't do that once. Not once with D-Rod. Not once. And maybe he just had too much respect for D-Rod. I don't know. But he just didn't look like the normal Kevin Holland who's comfortable in there, doing his thing, talking his trash, no matter who it is. He just didn't. It never appeared that way, ever. And then if you watch War Report with me and Jesse, my whole thing with Paulo Costa was like, what version do we get? And we got a fucking damn good version, And he talked about in the post-fight press conference, he's like, if I lose this one, it's probably the end of the road. That's, what is it, 4 out of 5, in a row losses, So he was like, they probably give me my walk-in paper, so there's a lot of pressure, and I was super focused. Yeah, so he's lost 4 out of 5. You lose 5 out of 6, you're probably getting walk-in papers this day and age in the UFC. He looked good. He used the mic to call out Khamzat. Waste of time. I mean, you've lost 4 out of 5, buddy. You've lost basically 4 out of 6. You have a 1-fight winning streak now. That ain't happening. And he's like, he DM'd my wife. It's like, even with that narrative, it ain't happening, dude. It ain't happening. Now, if they give him, a Sean Strickland, somebody else in the top 3 and he beats them, then the conversation can start, even though he's, only won 4 out of his last 6. But you get a big win and you're right back in there. You're right back in there. But you're not beating Roman by decision and then getting a shot at Khamzat. It's not happening. He's like, I'd love for UFC to fly me out to Chicago. It's like that. It's not there right now. But he looked damn good.
He did.
He looked damn good.
Paulo Costa of old.
Yeah. That's what we need. Because he's kind of been inactive, fights maybe once a year, maybe once every 2 years. He's funny on social media, but that ain't shit, dude. Like, yeah, you're staying relevant because you're funny on social media. You got to fight, dude. Yeah. You got to beat names. And then with the main event, Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier. Again, even though these were decisions, for the most part, they were entertaining. So some of those decisions can get pretty brutal, but these were actually, they weren't bad fights. It sucks over here in Texas because you're up to like midnight or 12:30, so that part kind of sucks. So I don't know if because I'm tired, I'm like, God damn it, someone just finished somebody. I get really irritable. But Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier, I don't like making predictions, especially when it's 2 of my favorites. But I text everyone, said Max Holloway by decision. I didn't think anybody was going to get finished. That second round was a little dicey on both ends. I had it 3-1 going into the 5th. Some guys, especially Dustin Poirier's coach, had it 2-2 going into the 5th. He was like, we need this round. It's 2-2. I'm like, ooh, I don't see that. Depending how you scored it, you could give Dustin 2. Some that just gave him 3. I could see 2 and 4, I guess, if you want to give him 2 rounds. I had it 4-1, but if you want to argue 3-2, that's fine. At the end of the day, it doesn't really fucking matter. Either way, he lost. I don't think anybody's arguing that Dustin Poirier won that fight. I think when you watch that fight, though, like, I'm proud of Dustin for stopping. Because when you watch that fight, he's not the Dustin Poirier of old. He's not even the Dustin Poirier that knocked out Conor McGregor. He is a notch down. After watching that fight, you're like, yep, this is a perfect time to stop. Can he compete with the top 10 guys? Yes. Can he beat the top 3 guys? No. Those days are over. But he could stick around and maybe win 1, lose 1, and in the top 10 and do his thing if he needed the money. But it's such a relief to see that he's done. And then I think that if you're watching this, you got to realize that somebody at the UFC who can get in Dana's ear that the fans you do have power. You can make a certain change if you shout from the rooftop enough times and you get the UFC's attention, because not only my issue, but a lot of people's issues were with guys like Chris Weidman, Tony Ferguson, a lot of Frankie Edgar, a lot of guys, BJ Penn, a lot of guys. Our issues were like, hold on, we kind of know this is their last fight. They've done even Nate Diaz, they've done so much for the UFC. You owe it to them to give them a good send off. And there's a lot of backlash. So somebody at the UFC is listening to that, and Dana trusts him enough where he's like, okay, because I think if it was Dana and the Brass's way, they'd be like, nope, we paid them. This is what it is. Then they retire and go do your thing, And I think because of the outrage from the fan base, so often for these greats, the UFC finally listened. They started doing it with Korean Zombie, right? They did it with Anthony Smith. He had a crazy send off for the career he had, and then they did it the right way with Dustin Poirier, and they owe it to a lot of guys that have retired. It's too late now, but I think they learned from their wrongs, and the Dustin Poirier was perfect. Now it sets that precedent where it's like, okay, if they're worthy of a send off, now you got to do it. And now I don't know how many guys, again, it takes a special dude like a Dustin Poirier who's had his career to say, all right, it's my last fight. I want in my hometown. But now they've set that bar. So you can get some of these legends who are like, this is my last one. I want in my hometown. And now the UFC kind of has to bend the knee there and do it because they've set this standard. And it's the right thing to do.
Yeah,
it's the right thing to do.
Cooler that way too.
It's the best. And it also, by doing that, it kind of puts a stamp on you're not coming back. Like Dustin Poirier can't come back. Like you don't get a 20-minute send-off, highlight video, family, friends, everybody's in the cage, telling people thank you, printed merch that says The Last Dance, and then in 3 months announce you're back in the USADA testing pool. No. So when you do get the send-off, it actually does the fighters a service and the UFC being like, this is over, dude. It's like killing, it's like the Avengers Endgame. It's over, dude. We don't need more. You fucking stamped it. Don't fucking come back and give us more bullshit because we just know it's going to be a watered down version. So I think for Poirier, if he was like, what, I'm coming back, people are like, dude, we just did a 30-minute tribute in your home fucking town. Like, no. It's over, dude. So I think this forces them, puts a little pressure on them, like, you can't come back, dude.
just stay home.
Just fucking, like, Korean Zombie can't come back after that, Oh my
God, yeah.
You just can't. It's over, dude. Or Anthony Smith, like, dude, we're not doing this. And that's why you get, like, a Weidman and the Frankie Edgars are like, no, I'm going to come back for one more because they never got that seal of approval for the final chapter. And by the UFC doing this, it gives them that seal of approval, be like, you're done, okay? Thank you for everything, but you can't come back after a 20-minute montage and hanging out with your wife in the octagon. Like it's over. Just click, Let's take a little break here. You know what doesn't belong in your epic summer plans? Getting burned by your old wireless bills. That ain't cool. While you're planning beach trips, barbecues, and 3-day weekends, your wireless bill should be the last thing holding you back. That's why I made the switch to Mint Mobile. With Mint, you can get coverage and speed you're used to, but for way less money. And for limited time, Mint Mobile is offering 3 months of unlimited premium wireless service for just $15 a month. So while your friends are sweating over data overages and surprise charges, you'll be chilling literally and financially. So say bye-bye to overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you. Ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of unlimited service from Mint Mobile for just $15 a month. We got you, man. This year, skip breaking in a sweat and break in the bank. Get this new customer offer, your 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Schaub. That's mintmobile.com/Schaub. Upfront payments of $45 required, equivalent to $15 a month. Limited time new customers offer for 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 GB on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. Mint Mobile. What'd you think of the DP highlight tribute video?
I was telling you that I didn't feel like it it hit me that emotionally for some
It
reason.
didn't hit me in the heart. It
Yeah.
didn't hit the heartstrings. Now, did you see the one that they did before where he's sitting down in a room and there's a whole screen
Yeah,
around
that
him?
hit me emotionally.
That one got
When
me.
he's reading.
Yeah, that one teared me up. I
Yeah.
watched with my son,
Yeah.
That one got me.
Yeah, so something was missing with that. But still a great job, but just something.
It was all
missing.
right.
Yeah.
Anthony Smith's was better.
Yeah,
Korean
and
Zombies was
was
better.
the best, I think. Yeah.
Korean Zombies is great.
Yeah.
With Dustin Poirier, it was like a highlight video they'd see on YouTube,
Yeah.
and there was like this intense rap. I was like, what is this? It was kind of cringy. Now, I'm glad,
I
listen,
don't know.
I'm glad they do it at all. They could play fucking Dave Matthews, man. I'd freak the fuck out. But the song, it was like so intense. It was like you're almost selling us on another Dustin Poirier fight. Like it was a highlight reel of his knockouts on this stuff, but it wasn't like pulling at the heartstrings.
Yeah.
I like when they pull at the heartstrings.
Yes, I wanted that
need that
too.
American Idol, like his mom talking.
Yeah.
We're so proud of you. Like play that in the arena. But it was like this hype video, like, come get it, bitch. Who wants some? Come get it, bitch. And you're like, and Dustin, well, the best thing too is Dustin Poirier is just fuming at the judges' scorecards while they're doing it. He's like, motherfucker, But yeah, listen, there's no complaints there. UFC, I'm proud of you guys for doing that for DP. That's exactly what you should do. But I'd rather you lean in, if you're, just a little bit of positive criticism here. I pull at the heartstrings, man. 'Cause especially a guy like DP who came from nothing, dropped out of fucking school to pursue fighting. He's learned everything he's learned in the UFC at a young age. And then you play this video like it's fucking,
Yeah, it was odd, man.
It's like, who wants a motherfucker? Bitch, come get bit. And it was like cussing and stuff. I'm like, oh, this is nasty,
And his girl that's been by his side forever.
Bro.
Like all that stuff.
When I had him on food truck, he was talking about his wife. I was tearing up. He was tearing up. Like, tell that story. Tell that narrative. And you could also, like, you could play some, like, Lil Wayne walked out with him. I'm sure Lil Wayne would give him, the freedom to play one of his songs. Like, drop the world on its fucking head. Like, you could, even a slower, like, more well thought out rap song would be better, And then also, again, I'm not shitting on DP's send away, the last dance send off. But when Lil Wayne walks out with you, I assume he's gonna sing,
Or rap, sing.
even if it's just your lip singing over your song, which is what they should do because the audio is awful when people try to go live. So could you do that, Lil Wayne? But he was just in the back there, and DP's like, here we go. And you see him walking out with him, and then he gives DP the strap, Hey, man.
No, he gave Max.
Yeah, he gave Max the strap, yeah. But hey, man, sing.
And I told you, I didn't even see him in the back.
He's tiny.
Yeah, I couldn't see him.
Well, right when he was walking through the tunnel, he's there. And then when he hits the crowd, the security guards and his coaches came in front, so he was all the way in the back.
Okay.
But as soon as he's walking out, and then it changed. Yeah. Because he came out to pay the price to be the boss. So that's when it showed him walking through and Lil Wayne's there. And then when he hit and he goes to the rap song, I think it was Lil Wayne's song. That's when Lil Wayne went to the back. Hey, bud. You're here for one reason only. You're going to sing.
Perform.
Hey, little man, sing though, yeah? Get him some scissor and fucking sing, bud. You're not there as a fucking arm candy. Him not singing, I was like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
It was a great send off though. Yeah. Longest one I've ever seen too. He's in that. He deserves it, man.
By the way, scissor. Have you ever tried scissor?
No, I've always wanted.
I've always wanted to. I've never either.
I know.
So maybe when we go to Nashville,
or it's out here, bub.
Here,
Houston. That's where you get it.
All right, hook us up.
Yeah,
someone.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the Red Sox Astros game because my boy Bueller's pitching, and that'd be the place to get some scissor.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, I don't do any of that stuff anymore, but I'll get you some. Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
I'll get you some,
All
bro.
right.
But yeah, overall, decent card. Even though you got a ton of decisions, I like this fight night better. And it's I think it's a 2 p.m. start time here, main card.
CST
Oh,
or CDT.
oh, fantastic. And it's on ABC. Oh, fantastic. Robert Whitaker, RDR, Peter Yan, McGee, Bryce Mitchell, Said Nurmagomedov, The Bullet. Dude. Yeah, it's a great card. It's a solid fucking card.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got, Tim?
Alrighty. So there were other fights this weekend. One was the Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios, which Manny is he's 46 years old. And if he would have won this fight, he would have been the oldest welterweight to win this title, but it was a majority draw.
Which is still crazy.
Yeah, but the majority of pundits, people that know boxing, they're saying that Manny won.
That's wild.
Yeah.
At 46. Fucking wild.
Yep. That happened. Alexander Usyk, and here's a clip from DAZN. This is a social media clip, so we should be able to use this, but this is him knocking out Dubois.
Oof.
Bam. 9th round.
Well, he's just a British killer. You look at all the Brits that he's beat the shit out of.
He's just amazing, dude.
Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah.
And then to piss people off, which is exactly the point of it, he brings in Jake Paul to square off at the end there.
That's another thing that will...
The Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua?
Yeah.
Apparently that's signed, sealed, delivered.
According to Jake Paul's side. But, yeah. And then Tyson Fury says he's betting $1 million on Jake.
Really?
Yes.
I love Tyson Fury.
But I'm sure he does that because, he wants to, even though he says he's retired, I'm sure he still wants to fight Joshua at some point.
Yeah, they got to make that happen. He goes, I think Jake Paul chins Anthony Joshua if they fight 100%. If they fight, I'm putting £1 million on Jake.
£1 million. What is that?
If Jake knocks out Anthony Joshua, the entire thing is fixed.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
what.
This isn't how it works. I know it's fun to talk about and get clips and the views talking about Joshua and Jake Paul. If this is a real sport, if it's an actual real fight, did you see what he did to Francis Ngannou? You're talking about the 2-time gold medalist, the world champion that beat Klitschko and got dropped. That guy at heavyweight. This fight should be 30 seconds if this is real. If it goes longer than 1 round, maybe 2 rounds, if Jake's covering up, I'll give you 2 rounds. If it goes longer than that, this thing's fixed. The fix is in. And I love Jake. Good for you. Get your fucking bag, dude.
And this is what Turkey Al-Sheikh says.
If Joshua destroys him, the headache of Jake Paul will go away from my mind. If Jake Paul wins, I will know that Joshua is finished and Jake Paul deserves to be ranked. Jake Paul accepted. Now next week I will talk with Joshua about it. Oof.
I mean, he has all the money in the world, so he can make it happen.
This is Eddie Hearn goes, it's a catastrophic mismatch that people would tune in to watch because it would lead to the end of Jake Paul. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. If it's real.
If it's real, yeah.
This would be the tall tale sign, Yeah, this guy's right, dog. If Joshua loses this one, I will never, ever watch boxing again. Yeah, if he were to lose and get knocked out by Jake, yeah, it's game, set, match on boxing.
He wouldn't, but is there any possibility that there could be just a random freak thing that Jake could actually
There's
knock him
no
out?
chance. There's no chance. And if Joshua semi takes it serious, like he did Francis, it will be way worse than that. If this is real, if this is an actual competitive, legit fight, it's just, I know we live in this weird world where, and you'll hear people like Brian go, but he's big and athletic. I get all that. And that's great. This is Anthony fucking Joshua, the 2-time gold fucking medalist, heavyweight world champion of the world at one time, the very best to do it. There's not enough hours in the day for Jake Paul to last longer than 30 seconds with Anthony Joshua. In the real world, online, we can do our thing. This can be fun if the build up and all. I get all that. I'm with you guys. I'm the one that sold you fucking Conor versus Floyd. I get all that stuff. If this is real, if this is an actual highly competitive boxing match and Joshua trains like he's fighting fucking Tyson Fury or Usyk, this in the actual real world that we live in, no matter what Jake does, should not last longer than 30 seconds. That's the truth, and I love Jake, and I condone what he's doing. But if for whatever reason this thing is set up where he clips Joshua, it will totally taint everything Anthony Joshua has done. And he's set money wise. So I don't see him taking a fall, none of that stuff. So I assume this is all real. And if it is real, in the sweet science of boxing, Anthony Joshua should defeat him about 30 seconds or less. That's real. And it's all good. The ball's on Jake to jump in there with a fucking heavyweight of Anthony Joshua's caliber is nutsos. He should get credit for that. But he should get finished in 30 seconds.
You've been around both. Have you been around Joshua yet, right?
Never.
No? Oh, shit. I thought you did.
Tyson Fury.
Yeah. But I'm wondering how big of a size difference is because Jake's getting a lot bigger, but Joshua seems
buddy.
huge.
Joshua's so big.
Yeah.
He's fucking massive, dude. And talented and technical and all the power in the world and fought the very best. He's not washed.
No, he destroyed Francis. Like,
He took it serious. He went, okay. And what do you think is a tougher fight? Francis Ngannou for him or Jake Paul? And Francis couldn't touch him.
yeah,
He
obviously
literally
Francis-
destroyed him. And that's how it should go. It's literally how it should go.
Yeah. Well, I'll be tuning in if it does happen.
Me too. I'll be watching it. I'll be breaking it down. I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just saying if this is a legit fight, that's how it should go. If it goes any other way, something's fucking up. And this would prove that more so than any other fight Jake's had.
Yeah.
Let's take a little break here. If you're looking for the perfect buzz this summer without the hangover, meet Breeze, spelled B-R-E-Z, an incredible functional beverage company revolutionizing how we drink. Their line of feel-good tonics offers a unique blend of hemp-derived THC and CBD functional mushrooms, nootropics, to create social relieving euphoric effects without the traditional downsides of alcohol. No, these aren't like your typical edible. Who knows what you're taking, man? I've seen some weird stuff on edibles. You'll feel each blend within 10 minutes. The effect will last about an hour, hour and a half. All right, similar to cocktail. It's mellow enough for your mom to try, but also stackable if you're trying to get wild. So whether you're looking to turn up, tune in, or tap out, Breeze has a beverage to help you feel the way you want to feel. So if you're ready to experience the future of drinking, head on over to try.drinkbreeze.com/Schaub. Use the code Schaub for $5 credit and free shipping on your first order. Consult with your physician before use if you're pregnant, nursing, have any known or suspected allergies, medical conditions, or taking any medication. FDA has not evaluated these products for safety or efficacy. Products are intended for 21 plus. Breeze.
Okay. So Jon Jones is back in the news. There's a few parts to this. So, ever since the
White House
House thing happened, Jon Jones talked to someone at the SB saying, like, I'm back.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm
now,
back.
did you hear Dana White?
Yes. So
Dana White's like, I ain't fucking putting him on the card. He's like, I can't risk a fucking fight of that caliber with John. Who knows he's a wild boy. I can't risk that. I'm with Dana on this. No, the ride's over. For John, the ride's over. And if John's going, well, the only reason I'm going to come back is if I fight at the White House, Dana's like, cool, then you ain't coming back.
Yeah.
Like, I think Dana White and the UFC brass, they got burnt by John. And they're like, we're good, dude. Same thing with Conor. They're like, we're good. And last week I was talking about the White House card, Conor fighting Chandler and Jon Jones fighting Alex Pereira. Fuck all that. I was way off. Neither one of them were going to fight on there. Because they're both too unreliable now. If this is, 8 years ago, they're both on there. Main event, co-main event. In 2025, neither one of them is making it because it's too flaky. Both of them are too flaky. Both of them have too much baggage. Dana's not going to bank on that.
So this is what Jon Jones said. It's kind of long, though, but about Dana White's response.
I heard the comments made last night at press conference. While I was a little disappointed, I'm still in the UFC's drug testing pool, staying sharp and continuing to train like a professional. I'm ready for whatever comes. In a recent interview, I shared the opportunity to fight at the White House gave me something deeper to fight for, a why that goes beyond paychecks or belts. Fighting for my country gives me great purpose. Silver lining all this, knowing the fans see my heart. They see I am ready and willing to take on anyone to represent my country on a historic stage. I don't see that. For me, it's never been just about the opponent. I'm chasing legacy, something timeless, something bigger than the moment. So for now, I keep grinding, stay patient, stay faithful. I'm ready to fight on July 4th. Yeah, maybe he gets his shit together and there's no hiccups. And Dana's like, all right, seems like you're doing good. But right now, I'm with Dana. You've already burnt me once.
Yeah,
man.
that's it.
No.
Especially that he wanted that to be the headlining event, you know? Or headlining
Yeah, I
fight.
just don't see him doing that if they put him on there. He said, the fans see my heart. I don't see it, Bubba.
All right. This is more with Jon Jones. So Daniel Cormier was talking on the broadcast. I think it was like the weigh-in show. And they were asking him questions. You know, they're taking fans' comments, and then he's answering this question. So just look how this whole thing plays out. I'll just play this clip for you.
If you were to fight your enemy anywhere or a random place, where would it be? And who would the person that you would throw hands with sight unseen be?
I kind of want the ability to kill him, so I'd like to do it at my house.
There you go. Yeah, me too.
They
Yeah.
can't really do anything.
Yeah,
Well,
who is it?
Who are you
DC?
fighting?
I think we know. I could take a couple guesses. Who you might fight in your living room? Weapons?
Does it rhyme with Mon Moon? If you were to fight.
So that's pretty much it. All that happened. But then Jon Jones took it as it was
He
a
lit
dig
him up.
on him.
Yeah, he lit him up.
Yeah, so
I heard the comments
No,
made
that-
last night. Yeah, I heard the comments made last night. Okay, just leave it up on the full one.
that was for the other one. This one.
DC said he wants to kill me at his house. I already buried him twice in the octagon. Third time I'm bringing a shovel. A blind man can see the mansion I own in Daniel's head. I just didn't realize how deep his hate still runs. Those ass whoopings must have left more than bruises. This is where I jump off John's rebuttal here. I feel like I'm the most painful thing that ever happened to that man's life, emotional damage. No, John, the most painful thing is him losing a kiddo. He lost a kiddo.
Oh, well, gosh.
Yes.
Dear heavens, yeah.
I don't know. I'm like the majority of the fan base. I'm over John right now, man.
Yeah.
Until he actually fights, I don't give a fuck.
But so Daniel didn't really say anything. It was just other people alluding to it. So it's not like he even said like, no, I don't have an issue with Jon Jones or something like that. I have it somewhere right here.
Yeah, and I don't think it's emotional damage.
Right.
I think it's he lost twice to him and they had beef. Like who else would DC call out? Like who
just
else?
Like no, it's just an enemy.
That's what I'm saying. Who else?
Yeah.
Everyone likes DC. Who else would he go after?
Yeah. But anyways, this is what Daniel said afterwards. I don't dislike Jon Jones. I think he's fine.
Yeah.
So it's more like everyone else building this up to be this thing.
And then
with
John
Jon
ran
Jones.
with it
Yeah.
to stay relevant, stay in the news. I'm over it, dude.
Yeah. Oh, this was odd too, man. Did you see Paulo Costa before the fights? This is during a press conference.
No, let me see.
More specifically from Chechnya, if he's tuning in this weekend, what's your message to Khamzat Chimaev?
Yes, you guys know about that already. Everybody knows about that. We have a, mutual hate. After this fight, I'm going to send a message for him. But until there, you need to wait to watch. And because my focus right now is on this guy. So I need to focus on him. But, of course, I have a plan after that. And I have unfinished business with Gourmet Chechen, Chimaev. And, yes, I'm going to face him sooner or later.
Might have been a tough weight
More
cut.
specifically,
Might have been a horrible weight cut. Then
think
also, I heard him speaking about. He was just saying he's focused. Like he's so ramped up, he's focused.
Yeah. So
Look at his eyes there. Jesus Christ.
and this is after that too. So this is him after he won and talking about that thing that happened with him.
You obviously called out Khamzat after the fight. At the press conference, you seemed to shake when you mentioned him. He seems to piss you off that much.
Yeah. First of all, the people say I was shaking. I was
You're shaking right now.
Sick or nothing, I didn't use any powder or something like that. I just was very motivated, very focused, very locked in this fight, In the backstage, I was telling to myself, yelling to myself the whole time, this is work, go to work, do you think, you need this victory, I will not be back.
Yeah,
without
he had
this
a lot of
victory.
pressure on
This is
him.
mine, I'm bare, I'm gone.
So basically, yeah. It did look odd, but he's just like, in the moment.
It could be a weight cut thing, him replenishing and his body seizing up, or,
Yeah.
he's not getting the humps.
Either way, he did crazy work.
He looked
in the octagon.
fantastic.
Yeah,
He looked like the old version of himself, but he's not getting that rematch. Or I'm sorry, he's not getting that fight.
That fight?
The rematch,
Not yet, at least, right?
Not yet.
Yeah. This sucks. So Diego Sanchez was arrested because he was in his buddy's car, and then for whatever reason, they were like in a traffic jam where there's an accident, and then there's police there too, but he just started shooting a gun in the air.
Smart.
Saying like, I love Albuquerque. I love, the 505. I think that was the area code.
505.
And his buddy even said like, yeah, there's something going on with him. He just needs help.
I look at his friend go, you don't say. What gave that away? Remember when he was a fucking slave with that weird movement coach?
That was, yeah. But that does suck. And that's kind of like Jon Jones did something similar too. Remember, like way back.
Yeah.
Shooting a gun.
In Albuquerque.
Yeah. And then talking to homeless people and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, you mean these guys, after years of getting punched in the head, aren't all there? They do wild
sucks,
shit.
man.
Yeah. Overall, he'll be okay, but yeah, it's a felony. Jesus Christ. You can't do that.
No. And it just sucks for him. But, all right. So I'm sure I don't know how much money you're getting.
Give me my fucking money. Give me my money. I got no
settlement?
ties to the UFC.
Yeah.
Give me my goddamn money. I already put a deposit down on a ZR1. Get the fuck out of here. What if, Moicano, here's the thing that's sad about this.
So is it safe for the audio listeners?
Yeah. So what Chim brought up says Renato Moicano turns down $200K, which I fought longer than him. $200K settlement check in a bizarre display of UFC solidarity. This is not what free market is about, he says, his decision. Here's the thing, Moicano. That money is getting allocated no matter what, buddy. No matter what. You being a company man and not taking it doesn't give you an inch of good grace with the UFC. This does not matter. There's guys that are more famous than you that are fighting right now that are taking their settlement. The UFC does not give a fuck. The UFC made out in spades. They got off so easily. The original lawsuit was for like $1.7 billion. They're paying out like $400 million. And that's already paid. They've already sent that money out. That money's getting distributed around like 400 people. That money's getting distributed whether you take it or not. So whether you don't take it, it's going to other people. So let's say there's, 150 fighters that are in this antitrust lawsuit and they're getting paid. I know exactly how much I'm getting. The fighters that don't take it, it puts more money in the guys that do take it because that money's getting dispersed no matter if you take it or not, Bubba. It's so dumb not to take the money. It's so fucking dumb.
And he's a money guy, by the way. He knows, like,
Isn't his nickname like the Money
Moicano, yeah.
It makes no sense. I'm not his friend. If I could just take him to the side and explain to him how, and if he has kids, like, buddy, you can take this money and invest it for your children. And the UFC's not going to give you a bad matchup. They literally don't care. Like when the lawyers called me and were like, a lot of guys are worried about taking the money to the backlash to the UFC. I'm like, whoa, stop. I don't work for the UFC. I have nothing to do with them. I cover the sport on my own channel, on my own business. I'll stop you there. I'm probably the one guy who's going to stop you dead in his tracks. Send me my goddamn money. I don't give a fuck, dude. Yeah, he's just uneducated about the whole situation.
Man.
Hey,
You want to hear his explanation?
Sure. It's better for the rest of us. I get his money now.
Wait, so it's going to...
that money, so that whatever it is, 400 million,
yeah.
no matter what. So let's say there's 200 guys that are in the antitrust lawsuit. So it could be 75 million distributed across 200. Let's say 100 of them are like, I don't want to deal with the backlash and don't take it. By the court of law, that 400 million still has to get distributed to those fighters on that list. So I know the minimum I'm getting. It's a good chunk. That only can go up. It can't go down. That can only go up. So if 100 of them don't take it, that money has to get distributed by a court of law to the fighters. Oh, shit. So it does not matter. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean,
UFC's already paid for it. That check's already in the mail. They've already paid the lawyers, all of it's done. The UFC's already like, whatever. They're not going to discipline you by taking the money.
all right.
But again, it's better for me if he doesn't.
For everyone else. Let's see.
How much I love UFC? Yeah. I did not pay the money that they sent to the fighters. The fucking, how they call the lawsuit, yeah.
Pause
yeah.
it.
Wait,
That's
hold on. So
This is how stupid fighters are. They think, and they're underpaid. And that's a whole nother story. And people are like, I don't understand why more fighters don't ask for better pay. This is why. This dude is brainwashed that thinks he's being a company man by not taking the lawsuit money. He thinks that he's showing loyalty to the fucking man by not taking this money that he's earned. That's how brainwashed a lot of these fighters are. Every single one of you are underpaid. Hey, Moicano, let me ask you a quick question. When the UFC, and they're going to get it, when the UFC signs $1 billion TV right deals, when they sign a billion, not a million, not 100 million, $1 billion deal, I want you to ask your agent or manager how much of a percentage you're getting of that $1 billion deal. Now, if you don't want to ask them, I'll do you a fucking solid right now and tell you how much you're going to get. 0. You're going to receive 0 of the dollar, sir. When you look at here's another example. When you look at the UFC Octagon and you see 25 companies that are paying, I know how much they pay exactly to sponsor with the UFC. When they're paying millions of dollars on that Octagon mat, and on the bars and all that, millions per company. How many dollars, what percentage do you see? Ask your agent. I'll do you a solid. I'll tell you how much you're getting. 0. When they took the sponsors from your shorts and your fucking t-shirt, your walkout shirt, when they took that money and decided to put it on the Octagon and give you 0, you are by no means moving up the ladder by not accepting this money. You're only doing disservice to yourself and your family. And Bubba, you've earned it more so than anybody. This is your money. You earned it, dude. You're not being a company man by not accepting money. You're being a stupid fighter, and this is the issue. And this same mentality is the fucking reason why nobody... They've brought on the MLB labor board. They've brought on the who's who, and they can't figure it out. And there's one reason. It's because of the fighters. So you have the MLB players representation lawyers come on board, and they're like, we have the best deal in the business. It's 50-50 split. The MLB players is guaranteed money. Let us help you guys out with this and make sure you get your money. And then they get so far. I've been in these meetings. They get so far and they go, we can't get anybody, the fighters, to sign on. Because they're so brainwashed that they think by sticking up for themselves that somehow they're going to get a title shot or they're going to be blackballed by the company. So all the big dogs pull out. Then you're just stuck with old retired fighters trying to move the needle and they can't do it. This is the best example. Him going, nah, I'm so loyal to the UFC. It's like, it's a cult. It's a fucking cult. You're no different than the family of Charles Manson. It doesn't end well, buddy. You're in the toughest business in the fucking world. You're a fucking prize fighter and you're turning down the prize that you've earned because you're brainwashed and you think the UFC brass is going to somehow take care of you. If he wants to, I will give you a long history lesson of fighters that sacrifice more than Moicano to make weight on short notice, to take fights on fucking 2 days notice. Guys that miss time with their family, miss the birth of their children, turn down huge sponsors because they thought they were going to be in the good grace of the UFC. And I'll tell you how to end it for them, bud. I'll fucking tell you. And it ain't a happy story. And this is to the end of time. To the end of time. Everything you have, Moicano, is because you fought fucking tooth and nail through hard work, come through the favelas of Brazil. And then someone wants to get, you know how hard it is to make $200,000 in this fucking world, bud? Some people don't make that in a lifetime. Some people have to lay fucking bricks and make $40,000 a year. And because your hard work, you're a talented motherfucker, your hard work that you've earned through health, brain cells, your hard work to fucking rise out of the gutters of Brazil. And you're going, nah, I'm good. I'm good. They treat me well. It's not fucking about the way they treat you right now, buddy. It's not about that. It's not about you taking a short notice fight against Islam, them giving you a title shot, and you probably got a little extra pay, and you think you owe them. You owe them nothing. You owe them nothing. You're the skilled one. You're the one that they can't fucking replace. Those brasses in their suit and fucking ties in the office, they can't do what you do. And you're bending the knee, giving up $200,000. And I know, I'm sure, Moicano, you're balling right now because you got your pay from the Islam fight and you have sponsors and you're relevant and you're doing well on Twitter and you're like, I don't want to fuck this up. I'm scared, and I get that. They can't do anything to you, buddy. This money's already been allocated. But the fighters are so brainwashed, they're terrified. They're terrified. And these are for the people that have never been around a fighter, they're the fucking toughest, most fucking grinding, their work ethic's insane. They're the toughest people in the world outside special forces, military. But I'm saying for professional athletes, there's nobody walking this earth more mentally strong and tougher and more of a risk taker than a professional UFC fighter. Hands down, out of all the professional sports, there's nobody like a MMA athlete. There's a reason at the ESPYs that Jon Jones, Cleo Roundtree, whoever the fuck it is, can walk into a room filled with the most famous athletes on the planet, and all of them will bend the fucking knee. Because if that door shuts and shit hits the fan, there's only one guy walking out of that room. It ain't the guy shooting fucking free throws. It's not the guy who can run a 4.40. It's not the guy who can fucking put a hockey puck into the net. It's none of that. It's the guy who has the only skills in the room to fuck up all of you. There's a reason, man. And the fighters don't realize that. They don't realize how special they are. They don't realize that the average fucking UFC career is a year and a half. Did you know that? 1 year and a half. It's shorter than any other major league. But then people go, oh, look at Conor, look at this guy, look at Jim Miller, look at Donald Cerrone. Those are fucking outliers. A lot of guys are getting cut left and right, and they're on the fucking prelims, and you don't know who they are. Again, I will say this so everybody hears it. The average career of a UFC fighter is 1 year and a half. And that year and a half, there's no signing bonus. It's not like fucking baseball, where if I'm in the major leagues and I get put down to single A or double A baseball, but I signed a big contract with the Cleveland Indians and I signed for $10 million, I get that $10 million whether I hit the ball or not. You're guaranteed that money. You're guaranteed that money. In the UFC, if you fought for a year and a half, you're lucky after taxes and paying for your training camp and your manager. If you're new to the game, let's say you came off Dana White Contender Series or the Ultimate Fighter, if you fought in a year and a half, you probably, if you're lucky, got 2 fights. Maybe you got 3. You're lucky if you have $50,000 in the bank. And y'all want to walk away from $200,000? Are you out your goddamn mind? When Moicano's retired and he's 50 years old, you're going to be wishing you had fucking $200,000 invested. Especially if he has kids. You're going to wish that you took that money. Because I'll tell you right now, you know who's not going to be calling you when you retire? You know who's not going to be covering your children's fucking medical bills and the food on your table and your mortgage? I can bet your sweet ass you're not going to hear a fucking peep out of those suits that you're loyal to right now. And I'm not saying fuck Dana and the brass. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying this is fucking business, and you're in the most cold-hearted business, and you're bending the fucking knee for no reason. And I'm pretty sure he has children, right? That's what pisses me off.
If you're single and you're young, you're like, whatever, in your primary career, I can kind of see it. You're still brainwashed. I can kind of see it. If you have a family and you have fucking children, $200,000 in Brazil is a lot. So he has one son, Isaac, who's born in 2020, and another child on the way. His wife is currently pregnant, and you're not taking, it's pissing me off, and you're not taking $200,000, and you're a fucking prize fighter. Here's the thing. It's over, Moicano, too, bud. You fought for the title. It's never happening again. It's never, and that's where you make that's where you make life-changing money, when you fight for a title. Whether you win or not, life-changing meaning you're kind of set. You're not worried about things for the next year or two, depending, you're not every month. He's never getting back to a title shot. That will never happen again. That was a freak accident. The guy fell out of the fight and you got put in. That's how this goes. It's the hype. You did it, dude. You fought for a title. You're less than 1% that ever get to do it. That will never happen to him again. The division's too tough. His skill set's not there, but he's a great fighter and we all love him. That's the reality of it. You will never make more money than you made that last fight. It will never happen again. You will never make more money than when you fought Islam for the belt. It was a complete fucking mismatch. That will never happen to you again. And your wife's fucking pregnant. You have a fucking young kid. You're never going to be champion. And you want to give up $200,000. Just so you know, Moicano, Dana bets with $200,000 every night. Like it ain't shit. So if you think in his mind, he's going, well, Moicano didn't take the money, let's hook this guy up. You don't know the fucking world, dude. And you're in the fucking most cutthroat business in the world. And you're letting it pass you by. And it's a kick in the face to the rest of the fighters. There's some fighters that deal with severe fucking CT that are fucking dead broke. They would change places with you in a heartbeat. There's fighters that are well-known names that don't have a fucking cents in the bank, dude. They don't have a fucking dollar to their name. And they're working fucking security jobs, or they can't get a job because they're too fucked up in the head. And the lawyers and Kung Lee and the rest of those boys that put their fucking legacy on the line to fight against the man, and these lawyers who did this, buddy, this wasn't something that happened the last 2 years. They've worked on this for probably 10 years plus. That's how long the fight this is. It's a kick in the dick to those lawyers, to former UFC fighters, to the alumni you're part of not to accept this money. It's out of anybody, he should be taking the fucking money. And there's guys that are ranked higher than him. There's guys that are more well-known who are taking the money. You do not have to be scared to take the money. The UFC, it's an afterthought for the UFC. You know what? The UFC's happy that they settled with whatever is $345 million or whatever is $425 million. They got off unscathed. That ain't nothing to them. Good, Moicano, remember, the UFC, it will be announced very soon, got $1 billion TV right deal, and you're not going to see a cent of it. So $400 million ain't shit to them. It's not shit, dude. It's not shit. But you think you're being a good company, man, with a company that could give two fucks about you. It's mind-blowing. And this isn't an anti-UFC thing. This is a pro sports thing across the board. Why do you think you see the top caliber athletes in the world in the NFL hold out of camp? Because they know how fucking brutal this shit is. And for whatever reason, when insert TJ Watt, insert some big name, Brock Purdy, insert these guys, McCaffrey, when they hold out and they miss camp and they're not in camp, notice the NFL fan base goes, yeah, get yours, man. I get it, man. It's sports. You get hurt at any moment. Get yours. Notice, you don't have other NFL players talking shit about other NFL players when they're holding out for money. Have you ever seen that? They know how hard it is. They know how cutthroat it is. They know if that star quarterback receiver fucking blows out his knee, that he's fucked to never be the same. So dude, get yours. Fuck yeah, bend him over, dude, get yours. Because they're going to get theirs. Meaning the NFL, the teams, the owners, they're going to get theirs whether you get hurt or not. It's no different in the UFC.
Dana White's going to get his. That's why he's the greatest promoter of all time to ever do it. He's going to get his whether you take a measly $200,000 or not. But for you to forego that because you think that you're going to be in the good graces of the UFC brass, buddy, I hate to tell you, they could give two fucks. That's the truth. And if nobody in your team has told you that, and if you had agents or managers or people in your camp and coaches telling you not to take it, fucking fire them. Because in 10 years, you're going to be wishing that you had $200,000. And you've earned it. That's the thing. It's not like you won the lotto and randomly got lucky. You fucking paid for it with blood, sweat, and tears. But you want to give it up because you think Dana's going to give you a slap on the ass in your next fight. That's fucking crazy. Any other brain busters, Chin?
Put it on me, dude. That's a great. I love the point of view you have. That was awesome.
Let's take a little break here, and then we get right back into my long-ass rant about UFC fighter pay. World's first alcohol detoxifier that reduces blood alcohol content in as little as 30 minutes. This is real. This is not snake oil. It's Sure Shot. You get a sharper mind and body, liver support, well-being boost, gut support, hydration. If you're going out on the lake, drink with your friends. Watching the UFC fight night this weekend, it's a day drinking thing. Cool. Make sure you have your companion with you. That's Sure Shot. Go to SureShot.com. Use promo code Brendan. You get 10% off. We got you, man. Have that drink on us. You're going to recover. You're going to wake up feeling fantastic, or you're going to recover in 30 minutes or less. We got you. It's Sure Shot. Promo code Brendan, 10% off. I can't wait to get my motherfucking check. And it better come soon, dude, because I put a deposit on a ZR1 Corvette, and it got built by Texas Speed and Fastlane Motors, and it's sitting there, and I put a deposit down. I don't know how much longer they're going to fucking wait, okay? So I need that check to come out soon. God bless those lawyers for working on it. God bless the fighters that took it. The ones that didn't, you fucked up. I can't wait. And that ZR1 is a small fraction of the payment I'm getting. It's a small fraction. When my team told me I was getting it, I went, listen, I'm all about investing it, saving for my kids. You know me, man. Kids first. You got it. But you know how hard I worked for these fucking dollars. You got to let me have a little fun. Give me this, allow me this much money, and nobody gives me any flack. My finance guys, my business managers, nobody gives me any flack. Give me this money and I can buy whatever the fuck I want, all cash. They went, yeah, that makes sense. And then the rest, we'll put into real estate, whatever, I love my real estate. We'll put in that, or we'll invest it, but I'm not going to touch it. And it's for the kids when they get older. Send me my motherfucker. They couldn't send it fast enough. Bitch, what? Send me my goddamn money.
All right.
Is that it?
I think we should definitely end it with that.
Yeah.
Obviously, the card that's coming up this weekend is pretty awesome.
It's a good card. ABC, 2 p.m. Thank God, Texas time, baby. Your boy's not staying up late. Robert Whittaker, one of the best middleweights ever to fucking do it. RDR bursted on the scene. You saw him just mollywop Bo Nickel. It's not too much too soon. Some people are saying that. You don't know the sport. This motherfucker was a 2-division champion from one championship. He's a monster. He's exactly where he should be at. Peter Yan coming back. Tough fight. McGee. We'll see if McGee can step up to the challenge. Bryce Mitchell, they're doing no fucking favorites. Any favors after some of his Hitler comments. We get us in trouble here after his Bittler comments. So, they're throwing him to the fucking wolves, and he loses this one. Could get dicey for him. Sure, Magamadov, the fucking pirate, is back. Take my money. This is a funner card. I can guarantee you more finishes than you saw that you paid for at UFC 318. That's it. Shout out to Moicano. I'm a fan, Moicano. You're a badass. Hopefully you don't take that the wrong way. Get your money, bud. That's all I'm trying to say. Hopefully somebody in your life is telling you this. I come from zero animosity. If I seem passionate about it, because I know how hard you work and you deserve every fucking penny and more. That's all I'm saying. Love you, bud. Continue to keep killing it. DriveFastAllGas.com. Giveaway ends in August. I'm sick of promoting this thing. I'll be honest with you. But it ends in August. I'm already working on the Jeep Rubicon 392 because that will be next. This thing's going to be filthy. It's going to be completely different by the time you see it. I'm actually working on it right now. But the fully custom TRX 1 of 1 last call edition, Any merch you pick up automatically enters you to win at drivefastallgas.com. We have basically 5 weeks left. It ends in August. We got we got a new Drive Fast All Gas Texas built shirt on there. We got the Kibby Tech Patriotic shirt. We got the King Shocks collab. We got a bunch of stuff, Diesel Dad stuff, Methylene Blue. It's all there. It's dope. It's some of my favorite merch I've ever done. We even have Optimal Human Greens on there. We got everything, baby. Go to drivefastallgas.com. Win the goddamn ultimate dad rig. It's available right now. And it's a TRX with over $50,000 in mods. And whoever wins will give you $10,000 cash. If you want an extra benefit, sign up for the VIP where I FaceTime you. Every month, somebody wins a chance to come and work out with me, drive one of my badass rides. Go to lunch with me here in Austin. So that's only for the VIP members. It's $40 a month, and you get, I think, $30 or $40 in credit every month with merch. You get access. You get more access to win the truck. It's pretty dope. All right. Automatically doubles your entries in all the giveaways. You get promos, extra giveaway stuff. It's dope. And I do Q&As on there. It's a fun time. Everybody's doing it. It's a VIP club. All right. DriveFastAllGas.com. That's it, kids. I love you. Sorry about the rant. Sometimes I get passionate about it, especially when I know guys aren't getting their money. That's it. Love you guys. Sorry I went off there. That's it, man. Till next time, be safe out there. Love you guys. I'm out.
What's up, guys? I'm giving away the Ultimate Ram TRX with over $50,000 in upgrade. This is one of one. You won't find another TRX on the road, or a truck for that matter, like this truck that I've built. It has over $50,000 in upgrades, and this truck could easily be yours. All you gotta do is go to drivefastallgas.com, pick up some merch, you're automatically entered to win. It's that easy. Good luck.